What if I told you that expressive arms could transform your dancing instantly? I'm going to share in this video with you 3 secrets to unlock your arms and turn them into most beautiful, expressive and powerful tools for your dancing. Oh, and if you stick around, I'll invite you to a full class where we'll dive in even deeper. Hi, my name is Ksenia and I'm here to help you become a better dancer, a better improviser and better performer in solo dance to jazz music. And if this is your first time on this channel, big welcome. Press that subscribe button so we can stay in touch. Arms, right? You've got them, I've got them, and yet when we start dancing, something really weird happens. We have absolutely no idea what are these lifeless, useless sausages on the side of our body are doing. All feels very unnatural. We don't know anymore what's a position, where is a position, how to match the hands and the legs. And here enter our friends. The soggy shoulders, the pigeon claws. Why arms matter in jazz dance? Here's what I want you to know, my friends. The periphery of the body, which is your arms, your hands, your head, your neck, and your feet, the periphery creates the final expression of your movement. Your arms, they complete the shape, complete the rhythm. They propose the emotional tone of your dance. They're storytellers, they're rhythm amplifiers. But unfortunately, the arms are too often completely forgotten in swing dance and solo jazz styles. And that's a shame. They hold really an expressive gold. Let's take a look at some greats. For instance, the Nicholas brothers. I refer to them a lot. Their arm work is as impressive and as flashy as their footwork. Each movement is accentuated, is directed. The movement is percussive. Their hands have their own dance. They definitely have a very recognizable character. I feel like they reach out to the ends of the room. They take this space, they direct the space, they direct your attention. Maybe if I would give their arms a character name, I would say director of a universal orchestra, something like this. Fred Astaire, for instance. For me, Fred Astaire's arms, they flow like silk, this elegance, you know? He said the hardest thing about your dancing is making it look easy. And I think his dance and definitely his arms were part of that effortlessness. And it's true that sometimes you can say the dancer is struggling just by looking at how he's moving his hands. Almin's is a great example. His hands have this very naive, playful, joyful character, and if I would give their arms a name, I'd probably call them Charlie Chaplin-esque. it's this wiggly, shaky thing that's always here. It's very intimate and it's very playful. My Plisetskaya, my icon. Her arms weren't just limbs. They were personages. When she danced the swan, her arms were like swans. When she dances Carmen, her arms and feet all of a sudden perform, and no, they don't perform actually, they become a revolver.
Глаза фена, так сказал Станиславский, как будто для балета. Руки могут выражать все. И национальность, и характер, и эпоху, и любое настроение. Руки — это всегда образ. Вот умирающий лебедь. В то время, когда ноги идут почти все время в мелком переборе по дебуре, руки — это сам лебедь. Это его борьба со смертью. Это его лебединая песня.
She definitely knew the power of it. She knew that movement is the most powerful speaker. It speaks louder than words, than even louder than music. Look at the bebop dancer Irvin Lewis. I met him in Seoul a couple of years ago. It was a pure coincidence, and I had a class with him, a private, and he told me when he was teaching me his footwork, think arm work first. Arms and hand movements, they can direct your feet, they can inspire the footwork. As well, he said that playing with arms will slow down your mind, because you can't afford to be frantic, even if the music and the movement is so fast when you dance to bebop. All of these beautiful dancers, beautiful artists, they all knew this. What you do with your arms changes everything. Now I would like to share with you a little bit of my personal experience. To the time when I was still building up, and to be honest, I'm still building up constantly. It's a never-ending process, my style. I used to film all my practices, and oh my gosh, there was a period when I started noticing on the video that my arms were a little bit lifeless. Like my fingers were curled into like this a little bit, into little fists. You know, like as if I was holding some invisible stress balls. I was holding my fist, but I was actually holding in a lot of energy and a lot of expressiveness. So I decided, okay, let's get active about it. This is what I do all the time. Let's focus only on the arms. Let's figure it out. I started experimenting. What if I'm going to limit my attention to only wrists? And what if it's now only in my elbows, the movement? Like maybe I would be doing a simple cross step, but for the whole 5-minute song, and figure out, wow, how am I going to play here with my shoulder? Pa, 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 ka, chum, pa, ka, chum, pa, ka, fum, pa, ka, sha, cha, cha. All of this exploration added a huge layer into my dance. On top of it all, it was just amazing for me because dancing is never boring. In the end, what came out of this exploration became my big course called Jazz Arms. It's on Secrets of Solar. How often do you think about your arms? And it's not really just about beauty, definitely not. It's primarily about expressiveness and about aesthetics. Okay, before we dive into the secret 3 tips for your arms being expressive right now, it's very important to say that your shoulders are the foundation. If your shoulders are stiff, your arms can't flow. If they are rolled in the front right here, soggy, then we look and we feel tired, even if you do it right now. It's the position that we do when we're tired. We're closing our chest, and our chest is the sun. It's the sun of the solar plexus, it's our heart. So all of a sudden the lights are dimmed and goodbye, we're off, we're not here. So start here, start with your rib cage. Breathe deep, open, move your shoulders back, start feeling how your shoulders are alive, and do a little self-massage, even just right now, with me. And once you feel that your arms are not this two separate alien objects hanging off the cliffs of your shoulders, but they are actually growing from your heart, and it's one line, and they're brother and sister, they're connected, then we can actually start to work on the expressiveness of arms, But, it's always like that. The point is not the fingers, actually. In fact, it's not even coming from your heart. It's all coming from the center of the earth, through your body, uniting magnetically in the heart and now manifesting into your arms. Here are my 3 secrets for bringing your arms to life. So the secret number 1 is finger orchestra. I'm going to direct this one straight to Ksenia in the white studio. Saxophones. The fingers are such an expressive part of our arm. I like to imagine that every finger is an instrument. It can be 5 saxophones and 5 trumpets. And sometimes I want them to scream like a pack in a big band. Wah! Za! It doesn't have to be so big, but if my fingers are there expressing that this emotion, you feel the power and the vibration of the movement straight away. Another way to think of your fingers is that they're constantly playing a piano. Kind of really have to use all different positions. Make an imitation of a piano player for me, whatever it may be. Maybe you are the piano player and you're laughing at me right now in your home. Or not, and we're just playing a little pantomime here too. I imagine the piano is 360 degrees around you. It's not only here in the front. So maybe sometimes you can go right here and play a song. Doesn't always have to be something. Sometimes it is a pause. Pause, 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 pause. So when you are dancing, you can imagine that this life of your fingers and different movement, like a footwork for each finger, a little choreography, can come from this idea of you being a piano player. The secret number 2, I call it action arms. Arms aren't just shapes, they're actually actions, the verbs. Arms look at life when they have purpose, when they're doing something. Imagine verbs like push, pull, gather, throw, reach, or toss. These ideas I took from Stanislavski technique and drama classes, and a little bit from African dance styles, because there's a lot of purposefulness in every movement, because the movement is really everyday life movement. Yes, it's vernacular dance, so the movement can demonstrate pulling something or chopping something, yeah, or collecting something. And I think that brings a lot of life into the dance. The person who is watching the dance, his imagination is blossoming. Yeah? Let's see what Ksenia in the White Studio has to say. This act of catching, I'm gonna execute, and just by doing this action, something else awakens in my movement and in my dance. All of a sudden you see my arms are fully engaged in the dance. They are actually creating a character, they're creating a situation, they're creating imageries. I want you to start building up the circumstances. What are you catching? Where are you catching it? Are you bringing it to yourself? Are you leaving it there? Are you dropping? Did you catch it? Do you catch it somewhere close to you, or you catch it somewhere far, or you catch it somewhere around? Catch! Or we call something, yeah? Because say, come to me, come to me, come to me. And you, and you, and you, of course, come to me. Come, call it. So our practice is all about focusing on finding a verb for our hands. Okay, in this moment I'd like us to try to cut something. Cut. We're cutting something. What are we cutting? Maybe we're cutting the air, maybe we're cutting the preposition. So when we're dancing, boom, pop, I'm just tracking. Ja, boom. Am I giving? Am I grabbing? Am I taking? Am I collecting? Secret number 3, the eye of the palm. It's a very common image when people are dancing and they have closed palms. It could be this, could be really this, you know, but some kind of sleepy position like this. And it's a tragedy because we have the portals of energy coming and going from the hands. So closing them, closing this portal is closing the communication and the energy. So imagine there is an eye in your palm and it's all the time. It's awakened, it's looking at the world. Even when you are looking somewhere in one direction, the eye of the palm is there. Let's see what Ksenia has to say about that. Helps us not to be in this situation. Because then, imagine the eyes are closed. Yeah? So if we're dancing with our closed eyes, boxing, cutting a hand, yeah, we don't want it. Equally, it's not so good to be half awake, kind of asleep. Again, the arm are cut, the tension, the eyes are not fully seeing. I want to open the eyes, but I don't want them to stare and be in complete awe. What's happening? Over tense arms, yeah? I want them to be alive. We can as well think about how do we take in the space with the palms. It's nice to hover over the ground, yeah? It's very jazzy style to hover over the ground and check out the floor, what's happening here with your fingers, to be vigilant. Of course, it's wonderful to check out the sides. What's happening there? Sometimes we do want to look at the ceiling. Poses, poses, focusing on the palms. Where is my palm? What's it doing? Where is it looking? Where am I directing my attention? Susie. Where is the palm looking? One can look into the moon, and one is covering the ground. Imagine if this is a source as well of your energy, like a Spider-Man. Where do you send the energy? To you? Outside? To the top and to the back? Boogie drops. Finish the dance. Where are your palms? Don't be satisfied with average. Here's the thing. Solo jazz has its agreed upon ways of using arms. It's more like we saw the video, and in that old video, this person, the Shorty George, did the move exactly like this. Of course, it's fantastic to know how Shorty George chose to put his arms. It was his style, but jazz is an expression, it's a discovery. So as much as it is great to learn that way, it's as well great to discover it in your own body, because your body is very different to Shorty George Snowden. So it's a discovery. Imitate to learn, don't imitate to become a copy. Unless maybe it's a purpose for you to really preserve the culture and demonstrate to people in reality, not in the film, in reality, how it was done in 1930s. So let your arms surprise you. Find what's natural, find what's unique, find what's expressive for you. And like all creativity, sometimes it is simply about combining things that already exist. For instance, in my choreo Broadway by Oscar Peterson, I took the arms inspiration from the African dances. It was the year when I went to Senegal and I studied in Toubab Dialaw, African dance styles and contemporary influences, and I learned tons about the expressive arms, and I wanted immediately to bring it into my dance. So I created this choreography of some sort of fusion, because for me, the dancing solo to jazz music is my home place. Whatever new thing I learn outside, I always somehow bring that influence into my way of dancing to jazz. I also recently recorded and released a full course with a contemporary dancer, kind of a queen of dancing here in Barcelona, Aina Lanas, where she teaches Vogue, Waacking, contemporary approach to arm work. All of this technique, and as well we combine it with the solo jazz. I have a full video on this subject about how to be an artist and not an imitator, which you can see here. I propose you to take the next full class from my course Jazz Arms, where I propose to you only one of the ideas, of the many ideas that I have in this course, Jazz Arms. Go deeper, explore the proposal, see what it does to you. So click the link below to join that class and unlock the power of your arms already with just this advice. I'll see you there. Let's dance, let's explore, and bring these arms to life.